Kelly Davis, your host of the Untold Miracles podcast, and today I'm so excited to be talking to an amazing singer, songwriter, author, and runner-up on the 7th season of American Idol. When he captured America's heart with his soulful voice way beyond his years, he's also been an incredible supporter of Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and I'm so grateful for his time today. David Archuleta, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Kelly.
I am just so excited to talk to you today about miracles. But before we start, I want to thank you for your support of Children's Miracle Network hospitals. We've done some pretty fun things together over the years with some amazing kids. And I just want to acknowledge you first for your big heart.
Thanks for letting me be a part of some really cool experiences with some amazing kids.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute because we really have done some cool things. But on this podcast, we talk about miracles and your life has been full of them. And I want to start with your childhood. When did you fall in love with singing? And did you have any dreams when you were younger to be a famous singer?
Yeah, my dad was a trumpet player or flugelhorn, and then my mom sang, and I had that influence around me. And my dad was also into musicals, so he played Les Miserables one time for us when we were little. And because of that musical, I just was just so captivated. I became just obsessed with the music. And I just kept watching it over and over and over. And I was like 7 years old at this point. My parents would come down and watch me obsessing over it and singing the songs and performing. And they're just like, wow. Because it's not like they're really like, I don't know, I never stood out before that. So then they started throwing other musicals and songs in front of me and saying, hey, try this, try that. And I'd learn it and sing and perform it, and they would get a real kick out of it. So then they started having me perform with them because my parents were both in a salsa band together. And so they performed at a Mexican restaurant. I didn't want to go because I didn't like attention. But they said, but my dad was like, hey, if you come, you can pick anything you want off the menu. And I was like, I can pick whatever I want because, money was tight back then, so it's not like we went out that often to eat and stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, I want a cheese quesadilla. So I kept going because each time I went, I could get the cheese quesadilla. So
that is so great.
Experience.
In 2003, you won the Junior Vocal Champion on Star Search, and I want to know what you learned from that experience.
I learned that I was able to handle being in front of a lot of people, which I didn't think I could. I thought, one time, fine. But then, I had to appear on that 3 times for the beginning, the semifinals, and the finals. And I didn't think that I had the energy it took to exert a performance and connect with people and lay yourself out there, because it really is exhausting. It's just a few minutes that you're up on the stage, but it's so much stress. Public speaking is like the number one fear that people have, it seems, above anything else. And I think performing in front of a lot of people is similar to that. It's similar. You get the same nerves. I just was like, man, I don't want to do this. I guess that's what I kept feeling like. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And the second that I'm like getting ready and practicing, the whole time I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then by the end of it, like, oh, that felt really good. Like,
I can do this.
Yeah, I guess I can do this. And so that was the lesson that I had, even though I learned that it didn't make me like competitions anymore, because I won the children's category at Star Search, and when I saw the other girl sad that she lost and was crying, I couldn't control myself, and I just started sobbing. Like, I couldn't even speak. It was like, the ugly crying that I talk about. And one of the people there was like trying to, like, she's gonna be okay. It's fine. Like, it was okay for you to win. I was like, she should have won. Why didn't she win? She probably wanted to win more than I did anyway. So, and then she started crying. So the lady who was trying to calm me down started crying with me. We're both crying.
Well, what's interesting is if you fast forward just 4 years, in July of 2007, you tried out with 100,000 other people for American Idol. After not wanting to perform on stage. Any miracles involved with you making that decision to try out?
Actually, at the very end of when I was on Star Search, I had gotten a bit of a buzz and attention, but I also started getting vocal problems. And so everyone just assumed my voice was changing because I was 12, 13. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, my voice is changing. But I started having problems talking and breathing as well. So I went to an ear, nose, throat doctor, and they were just like, you have a paralyzed vocal cord. Mm. I was like, what? And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, well, one of your vocal cords doesn't really move. So I wasn't able to sing. And if I did, I would sing like a one song or two songs. And my voice it was so hard for me to sing. Mm. And so it's like the one thing I feel like I was starting to feel like maybe I can do this. It's only felt like, oh, just kidding. Mm. And I kind of looked at it as, I didn't have a good self-esteem. I wasn't a confident person. So I thought the one thing I'm good at, I thought, well, okay, maybe I deserve this because it's not like I must have done something wrong to deserve not even being able to do well with the one thing I thought I could do, which was sing. But I went back to school, and I started going to voice therapy, and I did that for a few years with a guy named Dean Kalen. Just little by little, my voice started getting stronger. All my friends, all my family, they all wanted me to go audition for American Idol because they knew I was such a big fan of American Idol. I loved it. I would TiVo it, rewind it, and watch it over and over. It was like the musicals all over. 2.0, I would just watch and learn and imitate, pretend I was the person on the screen and perform like they did. But then when it came to me audition, I was like, no. I just didn't have any confidence. I kept getting like a feeling like I should go. Maybe I should go. And my dad actually said, hey, David, why don't you pray about it? That's exactly what I need to do. So I went to my room and I prayed and I just said, I feel really stupid about praying about this. Oh, I don't even know if God is out there, he's got way bigger problems to worry about than a 16-year-old with confidence issues and a paralyzed vocal cord who doesn't know what to do with himself. And let alone be like, should I go audition for a reality TV show? It's like, I just didn't feel like that's the kind of thing you ask God. But I went and I said, I feel dumb praying about this, but I feel like I should go audition. And I feel like this feeling is coming from you, and I wanted to know if that was. And I was just so taken back because when I had asked that in my prayer, it just felt this overwhelming feeling. It was like someone just came into the room and knelt beside me and just put their arm around me and said, my son, I know who you are. Go and audition because there's something you need to learn. Mm. Like I've prayed before. I was like, that's not usually what happens. And since that's not how my prayers, I still pray today, but that's not how it usually goes down when I pray. Mm-hmm. But it just was really impactful, and I just realized he knows who I am. He cares about me. Even David, who doesn't have the confidence and paralyzed vocal cord. And so I decided, and I told my dad, I said, I'm going to go audition. So I went, and it just kept going and going and going. I was kind of just waiting. I thought I was going to meet a guru or something who was going to teach me something that I needed to learn. But I didn't realize that it was going to be 5-6 months, even up to years of learning that was going to come from that one decision and being able to connect with millions of people because of that one decision.
What would you say then is the biggest lesson that you learned from saying yes to that audition?
That I shouldn't always decide what I'm capable of. I shouldn't always believe what my fears tell me. That I'm not good enough, that I would never amount to this, or I don't have the confidence, I don't have the skills, I don't have the working vocal cords it takes to do that. I mean, the biggest thing is that I learned was that even a little person like me matters and can make a difference. And in the end, he taught me that I wasn't just a nobody, even though that's what I kept telling myself.
On June 1st, 2010, you came out with a book called Chords of Strength, and you talk about your journey. And I want to read an excerpt from your book because I really loved it. But you said, I like to believe that you don't need to reach a certain goal to be happy. I prefer to think that happiness is always there, and when things don't go the way we want them to, it's a sign from above that something even better is right around the corner. Not winning was almost like a personal lesson on how to stay positive and optimistic. And I want to know, what was the biggest blessing of not winning for you?
You know, you can look at it and be like, oh, well, the goal is to be the winner. But I've found so much success, even not winning, at that one spot that I thought you needed to be the American Idol, you know. I was able to keep recording music and release singles and have them chart on Billboard and an album and have a tour that was successful, and to keep doing this even up till 12 years later. It's been 12 years since American Idol, and I'm still getting to do this, and I didn't have to win to have so much good still come.
Well, it's amazing what you've been able to do since that day. You are inspiring people all over the world with your music. I know that you performed in the Philippines. I think you had 80,000 people there in attendance, and people love you, but I think they just love your big heart and who you are. And in 2011, we spent some time together. You sang Stand By Me a cappella in the White House before President Obama came out. We had 50 amazing Miracle kids in the room. This is honestly, David, one of the coolest moments of my life, because there was a silence and just these kids who've been through so much, and there you're singing. And I just want to know, like, how that experience impacted your life.
I don't remember the names, but I do remember one of the little guys. He was in a wheelchair, and I became...
His name was Evan.
Evan.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great that you remember him. I just remember becoming buddies with him, and that's what I remember the most about that day, was just how fun it was to just hang out with him and check in and just kind of share the experience with him. Like, I was there to hang out with them, but they were also just kind of talking about, you know, their day and the friends that they had made, and being in the White House. And
meeting the president.
And meeting the president. And I remember
just that.
I was like, and when Evan, like, what I thought was, I was really impressed with, you know, I was there to just kind of be on the side and supporting the kids. But when Evan went to talk to the president, he was just like, hey, this is David. He's a good singer, huh? And it was just kind of, I just thought it was really sweet that the time he had to talk to the president, he wanted to introduce his friend who sings and compliment me as well. I just thought that was super sweet.
I love that. Well, the kids loved meeting you, and you've been so gracious with them. And one of the dads, who's sadly, his name was Jacob, and he was in a wheelchair as well, and he passed away recently, but he just remembers how kind you were to his son during the autograph session that we had. And that's truly, I think, what you do. You take time to get on people's level and make them feel seen and heard, and they matter. And so I just really appreciate that about you, David. I know we are almost out of time, so I just have a couple quick fire questions for you before we end. I want to know the biggest lesson your mom has taught you.
She just taught me to be passionate about my faith and what's most important.
You actually went on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and for 2 years you put your career on hold, and I think that's because you are very passionate about your faith and what you believe, and I really admire that.
Thank you.
If you could do a duet with anyone, who would it be?
Natasha Bedingfield.
I love her.
I love, because she's showed me that you could be successful as a singer and have a career being your quirky self and being imperfect and making it shine. So I was like, oh, she can do that. That means I can maybe do this too.
On the show, you were with Mariah, Carey, Dolly, Parton. I mean, you've met a lot of people. Who's the most memorable person you've met?
Of the judges on Idol, it was, Dolly Parton had a special place in my heart. I loved all of them. They're really special. But Dolly, everyone wanted me to pick a more famous song, but I was like, I need to sing Smoky Mountain Memories because I feel the passion. And then we had to sing it for her, and she just she started getting teary-eyed, and she's like, I'm trying to keep my fake eyelashes from falling. And she said, that song means so much to me. I wrote that about my daddy. And she's like, I'm so happy that you chose this song. So this is really cool.
What's the most recent miracle in your life?
This is going to sound weird, but I couldn't find my driver's license for a couple days. And I was like, where's my driver's license? Because I've been looking to get a new car. I've had my same car for 12 years, almost 12 years. But,
it might be time.
yeah, it's time because I love the car, but the AC's not working anymore, and I'm just tired of the hot summers. But I couldn't find it, and so 2 days I was looking in all my pant pockets and stuff. And then yesterday morning, I heard my mom's voice. Mm-hmm. All throughout my childhood, she'd be like, I couldn't find this, and I decided to say a prayer. And the second I said a prayer, I was immediately able to find it. And God hears us even for the little things. You know, that may not seem like a big deal, but He wants to show that we matter to Him. So I got on my knees, and not even a minute after, I went directly up, and I was able to dig through, and it was in a pair of pants I just didn't look at. That's a miracle. I took time I went and wrote it in my journal just because I was just so flabbergasted. I'd spent 2 days looking for it, and that whole morning, and then when I said a prayer, not even a minute later, it was just like, there it is. So that was a little miracle in my life.
Well, I love that because miracles, they're little, they're big, they're all around us, they're every day. Are we looking for them? Are we being grateful for them? Are we helping create miracles for those around us? So I love you sharing that. Well, the last question that I asked for all my guests, if there were 3 miracles that you could create in the world today, what would that look like for you?
That people could see the potential that they have within them more clearly. Then the second one, I would spark the desire to help each other out more, serve each other more. The third one, that we just have the courage to face our fears.
Well, and I just love your life, David, because what if you bought into your fears and you didn't take the step and move forward with courage to try out 4-star search or American Idol? Like, you wouldn't be touching the lives of millions of people. And so you're just such a great example of moving through our fear and trusting in who we are. And I'm just so grateful for your time today and all you do to create miracles in the world. You truly do create miracles with your music and your love for other people. And we're so grateful for your support. Can you tell all of our listeners where they can find you and learn more?
They can go to my website, davidarchuleta.com, which is ARCHULETA, just one T. And then my social media is David Archie.
Go follow David. He's truly an amazing person. So thanks, David. I hope you have an amazing day. And it was so good to talk to you again.
Thank you. Great to talk to you as well, Kelly.
Hi, I'm Terry Nestel, Interim President and CEO of Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. COVID-19 is affecting all of us. It is impacting how people live, work, shop, and how we care for one another. Our children's hospitals have always been on the front lines in times of crisis. They are seeing the most critical patients and helping communities with information and resources. Thank you for recognizing the importance of children's hospitals during this time and continuing to help. One way you can help is by protecting the most vulnerable kids. Stay home. Practice social distancing. Consider for whom you're staying home. I'm staying home to protect kids like Bella, who was born prematurely and had a heart and lung transplant. Working together, we can change kids' health. Together, we can change the future.